Campaign 2006 is here, and your vote can make a difference. Comcast brings you the candidates on demand right now.
Hello, I'm Joe Basikia, and you're watching a special edition of Comcast Newsmakers, Candidates on Demand. And we welcome Len Flynn. He's the Libertarian candidate running for the United States Senate, and we're going to find out about his campaign. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, glad to be here.
As a Libertarian, what do you bring to the table?
Well, what I bring to the table is a tremendous alternative to the old parties. The old parties are big government parties. So if you like gigantic government spending, incredibly expensive and intrusive government, you've got a lot of choices. If you think government's gotten too big, too powerful, in fact, if you think government has gotten to a point where it's so big it's almost dangerous to you as an individual, maybe you should think twice before you vote for the old parties.
As you know,
and we're here.
Tip O'Neill had said all politics is local. We're feeling a lot of property tax crunches right now in the Great Garden State. Can you see some of the answer maybe in Washington?
Well, no, the answer to it is to stop spending. And politicians don't do that. Politicians always increase spending, and they always say we have a budget crisis. There's no budget crisis in New Jersey. There's a crisis of overspending, and that's what we have to address.
Where do the Libertarians go in terms of homeland security?
Well, we're very much in favor of security, but the way you secure this country is you still protect individual rights. And what I'm concerned about is that this idea that, well, what rights do we have to give up to be more secure? The answer is none. None. You have to keep your rights. You have to give the so-called terrorists, or whoever they are, trials and prosecute them using the full force of the law. And that's the way you should go to get security. And we're not getting security. In fact, we're getting the reverse. When you have a government that's secretive, that does all these things and won't tell you about them, people are, if they're ignorant of what their government is doing, they're not secure at all. And I don't see the old party candidates lifting a finger to protect individual rights and protect security and protect us from terrorists or any other bad people at the same time.
Obviously, we share this world with other countries. How would you approach foreign policy?
I'm in favor of a non-interventionist foreign policy. This is the traditional foreign policy of this country. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson were in favor of non-intervention. We trade with anybody, but we just protect our borders and we mind our own business. Now, the United States government has gone so far away from that, and even in the last century, it's not something brand new with George Bush. It's something that's going on since the 1890s. The United States has grown into an empire. And it's a peculiar kind of empire. There's a recent book by Bill Bonner called Empire of Debt, which talks about the kind of empire the United States has evolved into. It's very unfortunate. It makes us more enemies everywhere. It makes us the country harder and harder to survive financially, taking terrible risks with our economy.
As a Libertarian, how would you be a public servant? How do you approach that term, public servant?
Well, I think I'd be the best public servant because I'm a public servant right now. I'm a volunteer for my local first aid squad. I've been there for 19 years. I've been an active member.
Which is where?
In Morganville, Marlborough Township, in central New Jersey. I've been a volunteer for 19 years, and I'll keep going until I run out of breath. I believe we need to encourage voluntary activities. I'm a conservationist. I'm preserving some beavers that have moved onto my property. That's very exciting. The environment is improving because the beavers have moved in. These animals have been extinct 100 years ago. There were no beavers anywhere in 16 eastern states, and now I've got them on my property. And it's so exciting. And these are the kind of things we need to nurture, these constructive avenues in this country, and discourage the destructive ones, which tend to be big government.
Thank you so much for being with us. Of course, the best wishes. He is Len Flynn. He's a candidate for United States Senate. Of course, if you get any more chance to do it on your own special time, you can check out all the candidates on the special edition of Candidates on Demand. You just go on to, well, you get to go to the Get Local section of Comcast Digital's on-demand service from October 20th right through Election Day.